At this point, you should have a well-built cat clicker. Nice work. Now I'm changing the requirements one more time. I promise this is the last time I change requirements on you, but I wanted to give you an opportunity to fly on your own. We're going to add an admin mode. When you click the admin button, it makes a new area visible with the cat's name, URL, and number of clicks. If I go in and change the name, say to Fluffy, and then I hit save, it should update the model with the new information. And of course, tell the views to refresh, which also hides admin mode. So what will you need to add? First of all, you'll need to add some HTML for the admin button and all of this stuff here. That'll probably involve a button here, some inputs, labels, and a form to contain these. And come to think of it, you can add a cancel button too. In terms of the model, you'll probably want a property in your model for whether or not the admin view is showing. You can set it to true or false with your octopus function, and then based on whether it's true or false, the view will render this or not render it. In your view, you'll have an init function, which you'll call once. That'll add the event listeners to all of these buttons here. Just for review, adding event listeners means we're telling these elements to listen for certain events. In this case, click events. So whenever the user clicks, we run the function. Now what about the octopus? In your octopus, you'll have a function for opening the view when you press the admin button, a function for closing the view when you press cancel, and a function for updating the current cat with the new values when you press save. We'll call this version Cat Clicker Premium Pro. Also remember that this exercise here is not meant to be super easy. Another thing to notice is that the layout of my application keeps changing. That's to emphasize the fact that we're not focusing on CSS. Your application doesn't have to look necessarily very pretty, just as long as the functionality is there. Once you're done, it won't be a ton of code. But if it takes you a while to do this, that's by design. Do remember that the more often you work with well-organized code, the easier changes like these will be.